this is Movie Hunter. Today we want to tell you about the comedy Small Hours, based on the Decameron by Giovanni Boccaccio. It is a frivolous film about medieval nuns and their entertainment, which impresses with the cast and the concentration of obscene, sometimes absurd, and even, somewhere blasphemous themes. Two novices in a medieval monastery, Fernanda and Ginevra, discuss how their donkey can escape through a locked gate almost every day. A gardener passes them, wishing the nuns a good day, but instead of greeting them, he receives a scolding in return. Alexandra is embroidering in her cell, looking thoughtfully out the window. Fernanda and Ginevra discuss Alexandra over her laundry for having a rich father who regularly pays the convent, but she herself is crazy and pathetic for dreaming of a knight who will take her away. Ginevra gossips to Sister Mary about how much the other novices eat, but she says she shouldn't care. At this point Ginevra looks at the frivolous illustration of the book. Indeed, it excited her more than the gossip. Alexandra's father has come to see her, and they are communicating through the bars. He says that the case with her dowry has not yet burned out, because the costs of maintaining her sisters and donations to the monastery exceed the family income, but she should not be upset, because it may happen that her vocation is not a family and home comfort, but embroidery within the walls of the monastery. At the rite of passage, Alexandra cries, but does not admit to Father Thomas what is troubling her. Fernanda, Ginevra, and Alexandra attack the gardener, calling him names and humiliating him in every way for daring to look at them, and he leaves the monastery. Thomas's father leaves to sell embroidery made by the novices at the fair. Sister Maria gazes adoringly after him. Meanwhile, in Unigina, a young servant named Macedo flirts with his master's wife and then becomes intimate with her. Master Bruno tries to figure out with which of the Chile his beloved is adulterous, but he is unable to detect it until his wife, in broad daylight, attacks Macedo with kisses, and the poor fellow has to flee the castle. While hiding in the forest from the master's soldiers, he finds Father Thomas, who has drunk and lost his things in the river. He helps to remove the remains of the goods from the water and repairs the wagon. In the evening, he confesses to the priest the sin of adultery, telling everything in very colorful details. For his services, Macedo asks Father Thomas to give him refuge, and he brings him to the convent and appoints him as gardener. To Sister Mary, the father tells the new employee is deaf-mute, hoping that this fact will avoid him conflicts with the sisters. Do you like the script of the film? I'm sure you'll find it very interesting, and to learn about cool movies, subscribe to our channel. Give it a like and turn on the bell. It turns out to be difficult. Fernanda sees a strange man within the walls of the convent and is attacked with an axe. Macedo cannot tell who he is, but he is saved from reprisal by his sister Maria. She also tells Alexandra that all her embroidery, which Thomas's father took to sell, was stolen by bandits, and she needs to double what she lost. The novice gets to work and breaks the frame. She asks Macedo to fix it, and while the boy works, she pours out a torrent of lamentations about the injustice of life on him. Fernanda and Ginevra keep a close eye on the barn where this is happening. Tomas' father has dinner with Macedo and praises him for being able to survive his first day of work. The lad is surprised, since the work was not difficult, but the priest meant otherwise. He worries about the gardener because of nuns who can be cruel and fierce. Fernanda is in her cell reading an esoteric book and hears a noise outside. It is her friend Martha who has come. The two girls go to Alexandra to drink wine stolen from the vault. Ginevra arrives at the noise and also joins in the fun. Martha strikes up a conversation with the unsophisticated nuns about men and tells them that being with them is the greatest pleasure, and that some girls, in order to seduce guys, get them drunk on belladonna tincture. After these frivolous conversations, Fernanda and Ginevra spend the night together, indulging in sin, for which they will definitely not go to heaven. Alexandra in the morning brings Macedo the handkerchief she made him as a thank you for listening to her. She kisses the boy and almost leads them both to sin, but he stops just in time. Ginevra is at the laundry trying to talk to Fernanda about what happened last night, but they are interrupted by Alexandra. She wants to wash the clothes she got dirty in the ground, but she doesn't know anything about it. She says she helped a new employee dig a ditch in the garden and that it was fun. In the end, both Alexandra and Fernanda leave Ginevra their laundry and leave. Fernanda goes with Martha to the woods, where she finds belladonna and decides it will suffice. They brew an infusion, which Martha pours into Fernanda's eyes. Ginevra watches this action. The girls enter Macedo's barn and lewd him. Ginevra wants to know what the friends were doing at the gardener's. She does not understand why Fernanda ignores her after what happened between them, but last night meant nothing to her. She was just having fun. Masito enjoys the amusement he finds in the convent so much that he climbs in Alexandra's window, and the couple are so engrossed in their sinful pleasures that they don't notice the elderly nun who has come to the cell to embroider. When they do see the old woman, Masito is cured of his dumbness and somersaults, and then climbs under the tacta and escapes with difficulty, but escapes from the room. Bishop Bartolomeo, who has arrived at the monastery for an inspection, is checking the barn books when Ginevra bursts into the cell, to Sister Maria. She wants to turn in Fernanda, her drinking with her friend and her lies about the donkey that escapes every day, but Sister Maria is not interested in these conversations. Ginevra is annoyed. She, too, brews a tincture of belladonna, and under its influence molests Masito. This is watched by Alexandra, who has come to see the guy to figure out why he lied about his dumbness. After the kiss, Ginevra confesses that she didn't like it. She was better with girls. Also, she is Jewish and now she hears angels and wants to hide from the voices in the same nook where Alexandra is. At this time, Fernanda walks into the barn and, threatening Masito with a knife, kidnaps him. She takes the guy to the forest for a witch's coven. Ginevra and Alexandra secretly follow them. Ginevra, under the influence of a potion, joins the coven and begins dancing around the fire without her clothes on. This causes a panic in the witches there, at which time Alexandra manages to free the boy from participating in the ritual. Ginevra, in a single shirt, returns the donkey to the convent and knocks on all the novices in the cell. She shouts that they are all witches. With this she wakes up the bishop. All those involved in the recent events run to the noise and tell the bishop all the secrets of each other. The shocked servant of God knocks on Sister Mary's door, but she opens it not wearing a cap, but wearing men's pants on her head. She has spent the night with Father Thomas. Bishop Bartholomew appoints a tribunal and calls the sisters punished with strict fasting and prayers, and Father Thomas is sent to a men's monastery to become a monk. Masset is held in the cellar of the castle by his master. His fate is exquisite torture and death. Shared piquant adventures bring the young nuns closer together. They unite and help Masset to escape from custody. At this time, Sister Maria, under the cover of night, goes to the bridge for a secret meeting with Tomas. For her cover, she takes a donkey. Here they hide, hearing Masset and his saviors run past them. Afterward, they smile and kiss. And this video is almost at the end. Subscribe to our channel so you don't miss interesting movies and watch our other videos. Have a great day.